First down on the track will be the 97M. That is Troy Olmstead. Behind him, it'll be the 2X. That's Scott Blessing. Third car in line, it'll be the 4 machine. That's Dallas Toby. Our fourth car in line, the B21, Wendell Stevens. Our fifth car in line, the 5 machine, Ken Eckhoff. In the 28G machine, it's Robbie Leonard. Driving car number 11, it'll be Dan Carl. In number 11K, it'll be Rod Clough. And rounding out the field tonight will be the 1X, it's Denny Agee. It is time to take a step back in time to all of our diehard race fans, for those who have been supporting this track for not just years, but decades, even generations. This one is for you. And also in the loving memories of Connie Jewett, Mark Dolan, Dana and Don Holbein. This one is for them as well. Get on up, race fans. Send these drivers off in style. These are your Legends of Lex. Man, oh man. Here we go, race fans. It's a combination of going to victory lane and memory lane here at DCR. Our Legends of Lex main event goes green. It's time to take a trip back in time. All through 1 and 2, it's gonna be the former modified ace, Scott Blessing, out to an early lead. Troy Olmstead settles into position number 2. These drivers, they're not running for money, they're not running for glitz and glamour, it's for bragging rights and for fun. Lap 1 will go to Scott Blessing. Second is gonna be Troy Olmstead. Here comes Dallas Toby to the inside of Olmstead. That's for the second spot. All but 2, side by side. Toby overtakes Olmstead. Into 3 they go. Ken Eckhoff now right around the low side, going toe-to-toe with Dan Carl for the 4th spot. Man, the fans are loving this one. We got the back row on their feet. Oh, we got a spin. And it's Dallas Toby. Whoa, and Wendell Stevens going for an off-roading adventure in turns 1 and 2. On Clough, Dallas Toby, and Troy Olmstead. Here we go, back to green with the Legends. Here goes Dan Carl looking to the inside for the race lead. Carl looks to it, but Blessing's gonna keep him straight down the backstretch. Blessing goes down to take the line away from Carl. You think these Legends don't want to win this one? All before Carl slides up the track. Here comes Ken Eckhoff. Meanwhile, how about Denny Agee from the tail? He's into the top 5. He's going after Robbie Leonard. Leonard and Agee, a pair of late model aces, going after the former modified ace in Ken Eckhoff. Meanwhile, up front, here goes Dan Carl for the race lead. The fans going nuts here. Blessing and Carl having at it. You gotta love it. These fans are behind these drivers full force. Scott Blessing hanging on to dear life for the lead. Here goes Denny Agee on the outside of Robbie Leonard for 4th. Oh, and Leonard lost the handle. Around goes the 28. He'll spin to the infield to avoid collision. He'll see if Robbie can get it refired. Tight race at the front of the pack. We'll see if Robbie can get it refired. He will not. Caution will be out again. Here we go again. Single file, nose to tail. Scott Blessing from Kearney, Nebraska. He'll bring us off at turn number 4. And we are back to green with the Legends of Lex. Carl again looking to the low side. Can he get it to stick? No, he gives the bump to Blessing. Meanwhile, Denny Agee trying to swing the outside lane of the straightaway to close in on Ken Eckhoff. Here goes Aggie up the hill. Just about got it inside of Eckhoff. Eckhoff is going to keep the third spot as they head into turn 1. It's been a good one so far. Dan Carl closing in on Blessing for the race lead. Meanwhile, Ron Clough and Wendell Stevens having a good battle. That's for the 6th spot as they end at turn 3. Here goes Carl again off a 4. Can't make the pass. Laps winding down. Scott Blessing hanging on to the race lead. Here comes Ken Eckhoff. Eckhoff, the driver out of Omaha, Nebraska, longtime modified racer. Looking to the outside of Carl for the 2nd spot. He'll take Denny Egge with him on the top still. Halfway home in this one. It's been a fun night so far here with the Legends of Lex. Scott Blessing has been your race-long leader. Dan Carl, Ken Eckhoff, Denny Egge, your top 4. And then it's Dallas Toby, Wendell Stevens, Troy Olmstead, Rod Clough, and Robbie Leonard. Carl looking back to the inside through 1 and 2, can't get the run he needs. And now Denny Egge starting to lose ground on the top 3. Ken Eckhoff looking to the inside of Carl for the 2nd spot, not gonna happen. Carl looking inside again, not gonna happen there off of 4. 5 to go in our Legends of Lex night. How awesome has this been? Here goes Eckhoff again. Eckhoff on the outside of Dan Carl for 2nd. They're side by side going into 3. Carl on the low side, Eckhoff on the outside, coming off of 4. Ken Eckhoff down to 2nd. These drivers, they know how to keep each other honest as Ken Eckhoff now moves into the 2nd spot. The modified aces run 1 and 2. Scott Blessing and Ken Eckhoff at the front of the pack. Here goes Eckhoff for the lead off of 4. 3 to go. Ken Eckhoff might come up and steal this one. Denny Egge trying to make a late race charge in this one. 3 wide, there's Dallas Toby, got caught up. Troy Olmstead just about loses it over the edge. He'll keep going, we stay green. 2 to go this time. Here comes Eckhoff to the low side of Blessing. Can't get it off of 4. White flag will be coming out next time by. Top 4 have broken away from the rest of the field. Scott Blessing trying to hold off his fellow modified driver in Ken Eckhoff. The white flag out. Final trip around for these Legends. Scott Blessing trying to seal the deal on the win. Down the backstretch they go and into 3 for the final time. Checkered flags will be waiting from flagman Scott Bennett. Eckhoff with one last charge at it. He will not make it. Scott Blessing wins the Legends race here in Dawson County. Ken Eckhoff is 2nd. That's Dan Carl, Denny Egge, Wendell Stevens, Dallas Toby, Troy Olmstead, Rod Clough, and Robbie Leonard. How about it, race fans? Give it up for these Legends of Lex.